Welcome to the Guided Expressions podcast with Martin Williams, the place to learn and be inspired to live your best life. Here is your host, Martin Williams.
Hello, my name is Martin Williams. Thank you for tuning in to the Guided Expressions podcast. And I wanted to remind you to subscribe to the podcast. You can do so on Apple Podcast, Spotify, also on SoundCloud, as well as YouTube. All of the links can be found in the description box on YouTube or at guidedexpressions.com/podcast. Today, what I wanted to talk to you about is consistent action. And it's something that I think a lot of people struggle with. And, we are all very busy, busy with our responsibilities, whatever we are doing, as far as work, as far as family. Some of you are full-time students. Some of you are full-time parents. And all of it is work. All of it is a challenge. And I think it's important that in the midst of all of our busyness that we learn to be more consistent in the pursuit of whatever goals that we are after. If you are trying to lose weight, it's important to be consistent with eating properly and exercising consistently. Whether it's 4, 5, 6 days a week, just always consistently doing something. I know for me, when I started to lose weight was when I was consistent. I didn't need to get a machine. I didn't need to get an expensive trainer. If a trainer is something that you have a budget for, by all means, get one. But I didn't have to. I didn't have to, do any kind of crazy plans or anything like that because I would consistently walk every day, or I would consistently go to the gym. And just doing that every single day, there's something about consistency. And I think that what I've learned over the years is that consistency, it builds the habit, but it also builds a vibration. And I think the vibration is where the success happens. It's not the mechanical part of it, right? I truly believe that success is a vibration. And people who are successful in an arena are successful because they vibrate at the level of success. The meaning of success, it literally means to keep going, right? If you think about someone who is a CEO and decides that they quit or perhaps they are let go, the company has what's called a succession plan, which basically means that the CEO that's leaving is going to be replaced, and they have a plan in which to do that. Because the company can't not have a CEO. The company has to have a CEO. And so that word success means ongoing or to keep going, right? I often tell people, one of my monikers is to keep going. One of my sayings is to keep going. And I think that's what life is. Life is really all about keep going regardless of how you feel, regardless of the type of week you're having, regardless of what your results were the week before, the month before, or, when you tried this before. Maybe you attempted to do something and it didn't work. So you have a choice. You can either not try it again or you can keep going. And I'll tell you right now, the difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is that successful people keep going. It's not that they didn't fail. It's not that they didn't lose. It's that they kept going. And so when you embody the attitude of, I'm going to keep going, what that means is you're going to be consistent in your actions and in your attitude. So if you're trying to build, let's say you're trying to build an online business or an online income, and you're starting from scratch, you're starting from nothing, those early times might be a little challenging if you have not made the decision that you're going to keep going no matter what. And that's really, to me, the crux of whether a person's going to win or not is, are you going to keep going when no one's reading your post, no one's buying your stuff? Are you going to keep going? That's really the difference. That is the crux of a successful person. They just keep going. You have to be consistent, consistently posting every day, consistently recording every day, consistently delivering value online, consistently serving people every single day. And then also not just consistently doing it, but consistently getting better. You don't want to just do stuff and not improve. You want to consistently act, but also consistently improve, find ways to get better. And what I do is, when I deliver a post or a podcast, I always ask myself, what's one way that I could do better? And then I start working on it. And then if you do that every single day, your growth from year to year will be astounding. Most people aren't doing that. Most people don't look at how they can get better. Most people are basically just trying to survive, which I understand because I used to be like that. But if you are living at the level of survival, that's not success, right? Because once you survive, then you're done, right? You don't just want to survive. You don't just want to get by. You want to flourish. You want to succeed. You want to be one of the best at whatever it is that you do. So that has to be a part of your succession plan, basically, which is to keep going no matter how bad it looks, no matter how much you may struggle in the beginning. And also, no matter how good you do, because a lot of people become successful, they enjoy some success, they enjoy some positive feedback, and then they take their foot off the gas. And you can't really do that either. You have to be consistent whether the feedback is good or not so good. It's just one attitude, and that is, I'm going to keep going, right? All that means, if you have positive feedback, all that means is that there's probably less to work on. But you have to decide that I'm going to keep going, I'm going to keep improving no matter what. So my challenge to you as I bring this to a close is, find something in your life that you want to improve or that you need to improve, and then start working on that right away. If you're trying to do something, if you're trying to start something off the ground, go ahead and start it. Start it today. Don't wait. Start it today and start building it. And what happens is that with the consistent action and consistent improvement, you begin to generate the vibration of success. And when you generate that vibration of success, it is only a matter of time before you start seeing the fruits of that. Don't worry about how it's going to happen. Don't worry about who. Don't worry about the mechanics of it. Just keep going and keep getting better, and everything else will start falling into place for you. My name is Martin Williams. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. Please like, share, comment on the podcast, and I will talk to you soon.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Guided Expressions podcast on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify to get all the latest content from Guided Expressions. No one builds a house without a blueprint, so why are you trying to build your dream life without one? That's why the Blueprint course was created. The Blueprint course is for people who know they were meant for more. Created by Martin Williams, The Blueprint is a streamlined way to help you create the life you've always wanted. Get instant access now by clicking the link in the description box or going to guidedexpressions.com/blueprint.